Whitechapel Rising. Written by Anthony M. Strong. Narrated by Jet Malakai. Prologue. The Whitechapel District, London, February 1889. They arrived too late to save her. She lay in the doorway of a common lodging house on Heneage Street, slumped over as if passed out from drink. This was not an unusual sight in the early hours of the morning on the foggy streets of Whitechapel, especially on a Friday, when the dock workers and laborers took their weekly pay in search of entertainment. These wages, given over to the women of the night, were swiftly spent in the taverns and pubs thereabouts, even if that money would have been better spent renting a bed for the night. Except this woman was not sleeping off the fruits of her ill-gotten gains. The gash that opened her throat and sent blood spilling down the front of her dress bore testament to that. When they came upon the scene, they found her attacker stooped over the body, a knife in one hand. With the other, he gripped her hair and held his victim's head back so he could crouch low, his mouth upon the wound. "Dear God, it looks like he's—" Frederick Aberline didn't finish the remark, his voice trailing off in horror. "Yes, precisely. He appears to be licking the wound." Thomas Finch, formerly of Her Majesty's Grenadier Guards, spoke in a hushed voice even though they were standing in the entrance to a brewer's yard and out of earshot. "We should apprehend the scoundrel now, while he's in the act." Aberline took a determined step forward. Finch extended an arm and held him back. "Not so fast, Inspector. We cannot bring him in. You know that. We need a more permanent solution." "A cell in Newgate followed by a date with the noose feels permanent enough for me," Aberline said. "Might I remind you, Inspector, that I am in charge." Finch spoke the words with that assurance of one comfortable in their authority. "And if you would take exception to that, do so with Her Majesty, Queen Victoria, herself." "That won't be necessary." If Inspector Aberline felt slighted by this challenge to his rank, he showed no such emotion. Instead, he nudged his companion and nodded toward the doorway. "He's on the move." "Then we shall follow," Finch said. He did his best to commit the man's features to memory. Heavy coat, button-over boots, and derby hat, lest they temporarily lose sight of him. "But we must keep our distance. We cannot alert him to our presence." "I've been hunting this animal for months," Aberline said as they stepped out of the shadows.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?